Okay, hello. Hopefully you're doing well. I couldn't sleep, so I'm making a video late at night to respond to that first video that I made. Hopefully that's all right. It's I think it's time now. I couldn't sleep. My conscience has been uh, weighing on me uh, to respond to you guys. So let you know what's going on because I know that people are really concerned. And I don't want you to be concerned. So um, I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. I'm recovering better than I could have imagined, and I have less um, residual disability than I thought I was going to have, and so I'm extremely happy. And I wanted to kind of explain what happened. First, thank you very much to all the physicians that helped me and took a look at my uh, MRIs, MRI reports, and gave recommendations and really put my wife at ease. And I really appreciate that because I was feeling like out of control, like not able to be very functional. And so it was very helpful for somebody to just help my wife, you know, during that. And I appreciate that very much. And thank you. Um, well, some of the emails, you, there were one or two that talked about a condition that's called PML, which is a secondary condition that comes from medication. And I brought that up, looked into it, and then brought it up. And because my lesions aren't consistent with that, they dismissed that, which is, we got second opinions and stuff. It was dismissed. And so what ended up happening was I went to the VA for a follow up appointment after a lot of, kind of a prolonged, excruciating period. And I forgot to take the Tecfidera because the appointment's really far away. So I had to leave early in the morning. And, silly brain, I left it home when I did that. So I didn't take the meds. Went to the appointment, told my neurologist, hey, I forgot these meds. He said, that's fine. You take them when you get home. So that day, I had the best day and the most recovery that I've had this entire period in a couple of hours. And I followed up with my neurologist about that, and then we kind of put two and two together, and we realized that what was going on was that Tecfidera has a very unusual side effect, which causes issues with vision, issues with exacerbations and weird things with lesions, but also like residual numbness, and so um, and it's kind of like a precursory symptom to an extremely serious condition called PML, which is lethal. And so it was a really blessed thing that I forgot my meds to be able to figure this out because the symptoms from PML are identical to the symptoms from MS that I have personally because I get paralysis. And so really no way to tell the difference, and that was one of the biggest problems is that you know, there's an inability to be able to distinguish things like that. So the MS is strong enough, the effects from the MS are strong enough to where I can have something like PML, numbness and paralysis and vision problems and have no idea because it just feels the same way. The big difference is that it gave me an overwhelming and terrible, far worse than MS, gave me a terrible sense of like imminent death. So I had a sense of imminent death all the time for however long that whole period was. And now I've been off of it since that day. It's been several weeks now. And I'm just now, um, about to feel like a normal person now. And it's fantastic. Life is good. And uh, so I just wanted to tell you that that's what was going on. So currently I'm on no medication at all. I quit taking any of my meds, including my MS meds and my other meds. And that's just something that's temporary until we get onto Ocrevus, which the VA is going to start carrying in my area and set up and administered to me. And so I'm extremely happy about it and really pleased with the VA. And I can't complain at all. Um, One of the things that I wanted to say is that immediately when from my personal experience, when I started to have this relapse, I immediately did some modifications to my diet, and I wanted to kind of share what happened for anybody with MS, if in the chance that maybe it could help you. So I immediately cut dairy, which is pretty standard. I did read an Iranian paper about metals. It's called Metals and MS. If you wanted to look it up, I thought it was very good. Um, and I took what it said about particularly magnesium deficiency to heart, magnesium and zinc. Zinc you got to be a little more careful with because it competes with copper. But magnesium, I started taking a magnesium supplement, and I started eating a lot of pumpkin seeds, and pumpkin seeds have some of the most magnesium out of any food, and so it's like a magnesium superfood. So I eat a couple of cups of pumpkin seeds a day, and I'm getting a lot of magnesium. I'm also fasting once every week for 24 hours, a hard fast, no food, only water for 24 hours once a week. And so the the cutting off dairy, I did that first thing um, to help keep inflammation down, but it's something that I'm just going to continue to do because it seems to be par for the course. And then the magnesium stuff has made a huge difference because one of the things that I've dealt with MS that I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with is like debilitating fatigue all the time. And I've dealt with that for about 7 years. And so that's been something that's been ongoing. And I was on modafinil, which was actually it's pretty effective. It doesn't eliminate fatigue, but it can temporarily like get you through it so that you can work. Modafinil is like fighter pilot speed. It is a non-addictive um, medicine, in contrast to Adderall, which I took early on for fatigue, which is extremely addictive and I would not recommend. Um, but anyway, the the fatigue is the fatigue is pretty strong, as I'm sure that you would know. And magnesium, I believe, has completely eliminated fatigue. So in the past couple of weeks, I've had no fatigue for the first time in 7 years. Additionally, um, I am a bald guy with a bald spot on my head, and I'm not gonna file any patents or anything here, but I've got hair growing on my head, so there might be a secret there for you. Um, if you need some hair growth, it might come from that. I've been eating pretty much exclusively fish and chicken, which is something that's common in the Walls protocol and probably some other diets too. But I do that anyway. I eat venison. I eat a lot of venison, so that's about the only red meat that I eat. Um, but mostly fish. I'm eating a lot of fish, a lot of sardines. So anyway, I wanted to say that and let you guys know, especially if you have MS, if maybe that's something that could help somebody, because I tried a lot of things with fatigue and had issues with it for a long time, and I've read online searching in the past, and I wasn't able to find anything. And supplementing magnesium and zinc made a massive difference in only a couple of weeks. Um, and all that you're doing is just eating stuff, So it's pretty simple procedure there. Familiar procedure. So the response to that first video was really overwhelming. I'm really pretty embarrassed about the video, now, but it really was a bad place. It's not that wasn't my first rodeo, so I get relapses, and that one was a pretty bad one. When I had some breathing problems and some other stuff. That's not what prompted the video. When I made a video, that stuff had already occurred, and I had gone through like the hard part of that. It was the PML stuff that was like really getting me, because it wouldn't give me my mind back. I could not be present. It was stealing my really, it was just stealing all the things out of my mind that make me me, and giving me the overwhelming feeling of dread and death and doom, certain doom, impending. I think really what was going on was that my body was saying, "Hey, you are poisoning me, sir. Am I? Uh, you want me to die?" And me and my physician were saying, "Yes," and my body was responding to that. And so, hopefully you can forgive me for making a video, and hopefully it wasn't too dramatic. It's just kind of, you know, really I was on at the end of my rope, and just calling out for help. Um, I made a lot of lifestyle changes since that happened. Um, a lot of things I thought about. If I did lose my life suddenly sometime, what would the conditions be like for everybody that I love that was still here that would have to deal with my footprint? And so things like that I've started to change in my life. Um, just living smaller and having a smaller footprint, which is difficult these days with how much stuff we have. But I'm making an effort to move towards kind of eliminating a lot of that extra unnecessary baggage and trying to focus on things that are really necessary and being high speed, low drag there in that domain. And so we're doing really well. And uh, I guess that thinking about this stuff was bothering me, and so I couldn't sleep. It's probably like 2 in the morning right now. And I just went outside and made a fire on the ground. So we're out here. It's pretty cold, but beautiful, beautiful weekend. Um, Beautiful weekend we just went through. And the other thing that I'm doing that has really helped me is I've went and ironically, it's when all this started. I've kept the Sabbath, and so I'm keeping the Sabbath, and it's been a really wild journey. So anyway, I wanted to report the good news to you, and tell you that well, hopefully you don't lose hope. I didn't lose hope. I just got close, but I'm still here, and God is very gracious and merciful. So I love you guys. I wish you the best, and hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what the future brings. Hopefully more good things for everyone. Hopefully we can, especially after the last couple of years. Hopefully we get some good in the immediacy for all people. But we will have to see what happens. Okay, I'm just rambling now. You take care, and thank you all so much. Thank you to everybody. I'm gonna try to live as best I can. Love you.